Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Carrington, so glad that you found me. If you enjoy makeup or book type of content, this is definitely going to be the channel for you, so make sure that you have subscribed and click the little button or the little bell if you would like to be notified of all my future uploads. If not, you just want to subscribe, that's great as well. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up. And let's go ahead and let's dive on into today's video, which I may be late to the game because I feel like a lot of creators have already done this, where they talk about like makeup products they're no longer going to buy, like de-influencing. I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to try to like de-influence you guys from not buying them, because makeup is subjective and your money is your money. I don't care what you want to spend it on. You spend it on whatever. But I have just realized that my makeup preferences, what I really enjoy with makeup, has 1000% changed. I'm trying to be a little bit more conscientious about what I buy because I have so much makeup stored all over. No one person is ever going to be able to use that much. I just can't, right? I know that like, it's like, well, you're on YouTube. You have to show new products if you want to get anywhere. Listen, I'm not going to continue to keep buying products and then having to turn around and sell them on Mercari for a lot cheaper, which I will link my Mercari down below. I have tons of stuff listed if you guys are interested, and I do list them for pretty cheap just because I'm trying to get rid of them. But just to like turn around and just like make less off of them, especially if they're things that like now that I'm thinking about it that just don't work for me and my skin tone. And I wanted to try to make it work, and it's just not going to. So that is what we're discussing in today's video. Please continue to buy these products if they work really well for you. Please continue to buy these products if they're things you enjoy. Please continue to buy these products if these are things you think are 1000% worth the money. Please continue to buy these products. These are just products that I'm just going to really scale back on, and we will dig right on into why. So if you guys are excited to see what I'm no longer really purchasing a lot of anymore and why, then definitely keep on watching. I'm just going to start going in the order of how I would do my makeup. So number one thing that I'm probably not going to purchase anymore, or a whole lot of, I will still probably purchase some things in every category. It's just going to be like very just like stripped back. If we're going to be honest, like really just like stripped back. But number one is going to be loose or single eyeshadows. I don't use them. I buy them. Let me just say, Give Me Glow and Clarity Cosmetics, their singles, I will 1000% buy. I own all of Give Me Glow singles, and I'm so happy. I use them all the time. I used a Makeup by Mario palette, the Ethereal palette, today, but there's been so many videos where I didn't really do a makeup look, but I've done more book content where there's a lot of stuff on my eyes, and that's usually my Give Me Glow singles. So, but what I'm talking about is more like shimmery type shades and like singles. So like single palettes like the Jungle Lights palettes, the Jaclyn Cosmetics or Kylie Cosmetics, like the little things that come in there, ColourPop Super Shocks, just things generally like that are going to be what I'm just going to really scale back from. Now, Unearthly has some of like these like loose pigments that are like really shifty. I love those. Every time I wear those, I get compliments, and I will purchase those. I love those seriously so much. Those are so good. But for the most part, I either forget about them, or there's already really good shimmers in my palettes, or I've got like the Adept palettes that have some mattes and a ton of shimmers, and I really love those. And I've already got enough palettes to have like enough of those like shifty types of shades. I don't really feel like I need separate palettes to go in and remember to use when I already have all of that in a palette. So for me, I just almost completely totally skip over that whole entire drawer. I have a whole entire drawer full of like singles or palettes with only shimmers in them, and I almost always just gloss right over those. The next thing for me is going to be water activated liners. I know a lot of people like them, And I have tried Profusion, I have tried Unearthly, I have tried Give Me Glows, I have tried just so many different water activated liners, Morphe, and I do like them. I think that they're okay, but I'm honestly just going to continue to grab like a pen liner, a brush tip pen liner, and just put some liner on. I don't need anything fancy. I don't really need anything colorful either, because just for me and my eye looks, I can't really do wings. There's not really a lot of eye space for me to do like really cool designs that I could really use that for. There's just, for me and my eye shape, it just doesn't make the most sense for me to continue to buy those, and just to continue to buy the brush strips. The brush tip pens, instead of like anything else. And even with the brush tip pens, you can sometimes find colorful ones. But again, if I'm wanting something colorful eyeliner wise, it's going to be something that's going to go in my waterline, which I will continue to buy things like that. Like the Novel ones, chef's kiss, those are incredible. The next one is probably going to ruffle a little bit of feathers, but it's going to be expensive mascaras. For other people, I could see where if you are somebody who doesn't wear lashes all the time, this would make sense for you to buy a mascara that's really great. There are really good drugstore options. There are fantastic drugstore options. And there's fantastic high-end options as well. But when I'm doing my makeup, I'm not going anywhere without any sort of lashes on. I have tried to do, just regular mascara. My lashes just aren't super long, and I consistently, even like years ago, like a year or so ago, talking about like I use an eyelash growth serum. Dang. An eyelash growth serum, and just my eyelashes still just aren't really full, voluminous. They're longer, but they're not really full, voluminous. So for me to get all of that, I'm just going to put lashes on. So with it already being really good drugstore mascaras, I don't feel like I need to buy anything that's really expensive. In terms of foundation, I am not going to buy anything that is mattifying. I'm not going to buy anything that is higher than medium to light coverage, anything like that. For the longest time, I tried so hard to get matte products to work for me, or more full coverage to work. Everyone's always like, oh, it's all about like your skincare. I exfoliate, I hydrate, I do everything, but just because of some of the medical conditions that I have, it really just zaps my skin of any moisture that it has. So I just need to just go ahead and just say that is not for me and my skin type. I really like something that has a lighter coverage or medium coverage, so that way I can just cover up like my redness or dark circles. But other than that I'm just not really buying a whole lot of full coverage or matte type foundations. This next category is kind of like an all-encompassing one. This is going to be powder products. So when I talk about powder products, I am talking setting powders, powdered blush, powdered bronzers. I will still buy highlighters, but we'll talk about like what I'm starting to drift a little bit more away from. But in all four of those categories, that's what we're talking about. And here's why. Lately, I have been doing my makeup with nothing but cream products. Again, my skin is just so dry that my skin, I'm looking in the mirror now, my skin looks so good. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look like it's broken apart. I've had this on for hours now, and it still just looks really, really good. With things like setting powder, I either have to beat my brush until there's barely any product left, at which point it's like, why did I even use this to begin with? Or it is just way too heavy. I feel like I need to do a video with after this. Like I need to film this where I do half of my face the way that I do my makeup now, and I do the other half the way I used to do it. And I don't use filters or anything. So since I don't use filters, like just to be able to, for you to see just how different it looks, because my skin, the way I do it now, without the use of these powder products, are game changing for me and my skin tone. Setting powders, I don't even use on my eyes anymore. Like, I literally have setting powders that are just setting in there that I have not touched in months. So for me, it's almost like there's no reason that I need to go and purchase any more setting powders, because although there's some setting powders that I love and it doesn't texturize my skin as much or make it look quite as bad, it does not compare to absolutely no setting powder at all on my skin. And I just don't see the point in continuously buying more setting powders. I just don't need it. Which then correlates onto like bronzer, blush, those two things. Like, just because, since I'm already doing it with my cream products and I'm getting pretty good results with my cream products, like I can get them pigmented enough, I can blend them out really well. I don't really feel the need to go in with either of those powder products, because again, I'm not going to set my face. And so you can, obviously go over your creams with it, but it can, depending on the formula or how you apply it, can disrupt the foundation underneath. And it just doesn't always look as good or as seamless as it does with cream. So those two, I just don't buy as often. I will still buy them if they're ones that I like, because there's occasion where it's just like, I just want to add like a little bit of powder on top to really keep the color there. Like, I might go in with the cream and then just put like a little bit, not a lot, of like a bronzer or a blush on top. But I just feel like I don't need to continuously buy more and more blushes and more bronzers when I literally have like 4 drawers, like large drawers full of blushes and bronzers that I'm just not even using. Like, I have all the colors I could probably need in my drawers now. In terms of highlighters though, it's not necessarily like, I still do use a powder highlighter for my highlight. I like that it's a little bit more vibrant than a cream, but I will use a cream one if I want it to be a little bit more toned back, which for me, I still like something that's a little bit more blindy. But in terms of highlighters, I'm not really going for something that has like a ton of shifts to them. I used to love like really shifty highlighters. I just don't anymore, unless I'm doing something like for like a special occasion, or I'm doing something for like inner corner, or maybe even like on the lids, like a shimmer on the lids. I'm not really reaching for those a whole lot, versus like having like a champagne or like an icy white highlighter, like those more neutral type colors. That's more what I'm reaching for right now. So in terms of like buying more shifty highlighters, I'm just not buying them. Now there's only 2 more things to talk about, and that is going to next be setting sprays. I am really starting to kind of move away a little bit from setting sprays. And here's my reasoning as to why. Number one, I'm just setting everything with cream products, so I don't really feel like I need to go over anything again. But if I choose to, then I do have some setting sprays. But there's 2 setting sprays that I just cannot purchase anymore. And the first one's going to be matte, which I'm pretty sure everyone after this video realizes my skin is super dry. So a matte setting spray is probably not the best choice for me, and it is not. So that's a no-go. But also, like, dewy setting sprays are ones not really for me. And the reason why you'd be like, oh, well, like dewy and like glowy. And yes, that's exactly what that means. But that's not something that I'm really into. And the reason being is because sometimes the dewy ones, I still have really large pores. When I was a teen, I had awful acne. It was so bad. So I have really enlarged pores and texture in like this predominant area. And when I use anything else than just like a calming or just like a normal setting spray that doesn't advertise to be matte or glowy. The last category of things that I'm just not really purchasing a whole lot of anymore is going to be lip products. I have 4 Alex drawers. I have 4 of them filled to the very top, where I'm having to sit there and dig through all of my lip options to find a color that I want. And the crazy thing is I have like the colors, I have probably every color ever made in lipsticks, and I have probably had them in a million different formulas. I have them probably in like a lipstick form, a gloss form, a liquid lipstick form. Like, I probably have them in all of those forms. I don't need to buy anymore. Like, I have plenty. The exceptions I will make is if it is a formula that I am obsessed with and they launched more colors. So Give Me Glow, love their formula, their little lip kits. As they keep coming out with more colors, if they come out with more colors, I will be adding those to my collection. The Maybelline Vinyl Ink, the ones that come in like the square packaging and you have to shake it up really well and apply it. It's like an Urban Decay type dupe. Love those. 1000% continue to get those. Lunar Beauty lipsticks, Lunar Beauty lip oils, I will 1000% continue to get because I love those. I also love the Jaclyn Cosmetics lip oils, and I love their lip liners and her liquid lipsticks. So I will continue to buy those. If it's part of a collection that I want to try out, or it comes in like a mystery box or a trim mood box or whatever, I'd be more than happy to try that out, but I'm not going to actively go out and look for lipsticks. Let me know what some products are that you are maybe not buying as much anymore. What are some things you're maybe starting to like come back from? Or are you 100% like, I'm buying everything that comes out? Or, you know, just buying a lot. Because I was doing that. I was buying anything and everything that came out, spending tons and tons of money. And now I'm like, I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 14 storage containers, which each of them containing 4 or more drawers each, stuffed to the brim with makeup. And I've already went through and decluttered a lot and is starting to list it on Mercari. But there is no reason I need that much makeup. There's no reason anybody needs that much makeup. And honestly, I could be spending that money like fixing up my house the way that I really want it to be, right? And that takes a lot of time, money, and effort. So I just really feel like I just need to reel it on back with the purchase that I'm making, instead of just being like, I can buy it all. I need to be like, yeah, I can buy this. I can buy all of it, but I don't need to, because I already have so much like this in my collection that I don't need to continue to keep buying this. So let me know if there's anything you guys are starting to scale back on. Are there anything that you just like aren't super happy to purchase anymore? Let me know all of that down below. Of course, you know, I will continue to buy stuff in those categories here and there. But for the most part, I'm not really interested in that. And I'm really just starting to try to use up all the things that I have in my collection before I just keep adding more new things. So I just wanted to share today things that I'm no longer buying and why. Again, if you love those products, if you are like, you're absolutely crazy, you should use these more, that's totally fine. Okay, we can have differences of opinion, but that is just my thoughts and my opinions on products that I am no longer interested in purchasing. Let me know what you guys think down below. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you enjoyed this video, if you think like this channel might be the dumpster fire for you, make sure you guys have subscribed and clicked the bell if you would like to be notified of all my future uploads, or you can just subscribe. Doesn't matter to me anyway. Just so glad you guys were here hanging out with me today, and I'll see you all in my next one.